Hello, Super Learners! My name is Miss Jennifer, and I am so excited that you are here to learn with me today. You will need crayons and a stuffed animal for today's lesson. Ask a trusted adult to help you find these items. While you're getting your supplies, I'm going to grab mine as well. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back now, and I see you are too. We have our supplies, Super Learners, so let's get started. Today, we are going to be learning about reading words from left to right, the parts of a book, and what the author and illustrator do. We will also read a story about a butterfly that really likes flowers. Are you ready? Great, let's go. This is our story for today. It is titled Butterfly. Do you remember what a title is? Tell your stuffed friend. Right, the title is the name of the book. Now, we'll learn some new words. The author of this story is Jefferson Gibbs. He wrote the words that we will read. The author writes the words. Say that with me. The author writes the words. Tell your stuffed friend. Now that we know that the author writes the words, let's learn about the illustrator. This book is illustrated by Molly Floss. She drew the pictures that we will see. The illustrator draws pictures. Say that with me. The illustrator draws pictures. Tell your stuffed friend. It's important to know what authors and illustrators do so that we can talk about their words and pictures when reading a book. One strategy that helps me remember important ideas is to make up a rhyme about them. Here is a rhyme that you can use to help you remember what the author and illustrator do. The author is the person who writes the book. The illustrator draws so we can look. Now say it with me. The author is the person who writes the book. The illustrator draws so we can look. Again, the author is the person who writes the book. The illustrator draws so we can look. Great job, friends. Let's look again at our book to see how the author and illustrator are included to identify other important parts of a book. When we look at the front cover, we can see the title, Butterfly, the author's name, Jefferson Gibbs, and the illustrator's name, Molly Floss, and a picture of what the story is going to be about. This part of the book is called the back cover. The front and the back covers work together to keep the pages safe. This part is the spine. It holds the pages together. Now, when we read, it is very important that we read from left to right. I'll explain why in another part of this lesson. Right now, let's go back to the front cover and use the illustration to make some predictions about what our book is going to be about. A prediction is a guess we make based on what we already know. When we look at the picture on the front, what are some things we see? That's right. We see a butterfly, some flowers, and lots of different colors. I wonder why butterfly is near all these flowers. Why do you think butterfly is near the flowers? Tell your stuffed friend what you think. I heard some great ideas, like maybe she is eating the flowers, or maybe she likes the colors. To find out why butterfly is near the flowers, let's start reading the book. When we open our book, the first page we come to is called the title page. Do you remember why it is called the title page? That's right, it has the title on it. Let's turn the page and find out why butterfly is near all of these flowers. I'm going to put my finger on this first word, and I'm going to read from left to right the words that the author has written. Butterfly likes yellow flowers. We can see in the picture the illustrator drew that butterfly has landed on some yellow flowers. Can you show your stuffed friend your yellow crayon? Here's mine. The words the author wrote and the picture the illustrator drew work together to help us understand the story. If you are just learning your colors, then these pictures that the illustrator drew are very important to helping you learn what each color looks like. After you learn how to read, you will look at the words and know what the author says. Butterfly likes white flowers. Let's look at the picture the illustrator drew. What color flowers has butterfly landed on? That's right, white flowers. Can you show your stuffed friend your white crayon? Did your white crayon look like this? Butterfly likes red flowers. Let's look at the picture the illustrator drew. What color flowers is butterfly landed on? That's right, red flowers. Can you show your stuffed animal your red crayon? Here's mine. Butterfly likes pink flowers. Let's look at the picture the illustrator drew. What color flowers has butterfly landed on? That's right, pink flowers. Can you show your stuffed friend your pink crayon? Your pink crayon should look like this. Butterfly likes orange flowers. Let's look at the picture that the illustrator drew. What color flowers has butterfly landed on? That's right, orange flowers. Can you show your stuffed friend your orange crayon? Great. Here's mine. Butterfly likes purple flowers. Let's look at the picture the illustrator drew. What color flowers has butterfly landed on? That's right, purple flowers. Can you show your stuffed friend your purple crayon? Your purple crayon should look something like this. Butterfly likes flowers. Do you like flowers? You might not like them very much if you have allergies. Achoo! They might make you sneeze, but I like flowers. They smell so good. Did you notice while I was reading that I started reading on the left and went to the right? I did that because as super learners, we always read from left to right. If I didn't read that way, then when I started the story, it would have read like this. Flowers yellow likes butterfly. Does that make sense? Would we be able to understand the story if I didn't read it from left to right? No way! That doesn't make sense. So super learners, which way do we read and write? You got it, left to right. Remember how earlier in the lesson I told you about a rhyming strategy that I use to remember important things? Well, I'm going to use another rhyme to help me remember how to read and write. Now, give me just a minute while I change this chant and put up our new one. So I'm going to take this one down. And I'm going to put the new one up. All right, super learners. Let's get ready to read our new chant to help us remember how to read and write. And it goes like this. Top to bottom and left to right. That's the way we read and write. Great job. Now say it one more time. Top to bottom and left to right. That's the way we read and write. Again, top to bottom, left to right. That's the way we read and write. One more time, friends. Top to bottom and left to right. That's the way we read and write. All right, super learners. That is the end of our lesson for today. Thank you so much for being with me as we learned about reading words from left to right, the parts of a book, and what the author and illustrator do. I hope you enjoyed Butterfly and all of the color for flowers. See you next time.